Yo, 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 what's up, amigos? How you guys doing? Hope all is well. Uh, in this video, I'm gonna recap a bunch of names, and more importantly, I'm gonna look at some of the important variables that I think is important, what I gotta keep track of, and the other key aspect is that I'm gonna try to make a trading plan for tomorrow, and hopefully it's beneficial so you guys can see the thought process and things of that nature. And the other aspect that I've been thinking about, I've made the video a few times, but I deleted it, is I'm going to have a Patreon at the description if you guys want to come support the channel. I would love to get an editor and a marketer. And this way that I am kind of incentivized that I'm putting some quality video out there and there's some progression. And if there's any excessive money that comes out of it, that's going to go towards my charity. And one of the benefits of being in the Patreon would be that I'm going to try to do this often, and I'm going to upload it there, and on YouTube it's going to be maybe 2-3 days delay or something like that. And you guys can see ahead of times what the thought process is, um, how I think, and what could happen, and it's not any hindsight stuff. And yeah, that's all. So today's names, one of them was OSAT. Uh, so I'm gonna quickly go over it. Let's look at the daily. So ideally, what I'm looking for is behavior pattern, because sometimes, like if you trade it long enough, a lot of things are very repetitive. But every, I think every 2 months, 3 months, there's like a cycle where the longs are winning, and there's a cycle when the shorts are quote unquote winning. Let me turn that off so it doesn't bug you guys. So I'm just going and tracking that stuff. That's what I'm gonna do, and once in a while I'll go into filings and details of that nature. So in here, the company has a low cash burn rate. Um, they are not as dilutive. They're not as dilutive. They don't have a lot of dilution. They have increased recently. They went from 1 million to 5 million OS, and we could look at that here in BAM-SEC, but that's another day's journey. Uh, yeah, we'll do that another day, but that's not what this video is about. So it doesn't have overhead, um, and the time of failure in here is 9:40, 9:45. That's important. Does it fail at the open? What kind of things it does? So it does try to take out the semi-early shorts, pushes on it, and then it fades off. Um, the burn rate is low. They have quite a bit of cash. Um, and the warrants are OSATW, which are actually tradable, so it doesn't really count. I don't count that as overhead. So that's what this is about. Uh, the other one that ran today was obviously xela. So let's start with the daily. So the daily, we could see there would be a lot of shorts involved here, and there's a lot of fundamental shorts, including myself, because they have ATM, they have 150 million in ATM, and they've dumped. I I think they dumped 65 million, or they have 65 million left. They have 65 million out of the 150 million left. So this has definitely trapped quite a few shorts. So it washed here, and then it pushes again, and then it washes here. Shorts got trapped here for sure, and then again today. Okay, so what would be the clean thing about this? What would be the backside for a swing short potential from a daily chart if it's below 380s? Because of this 385 here, if it holds below and that becomes resistance, I think it's safe to short that versus 410, 420. That would be. Or what I have noticed, sadly, is that pre-market, they gap this into, so it closes like this, and then it pushes really high into the pre-market, and it fades. An example of that is CRTD. So it closes weak, and sadly it gaps up big, and then it dumps. So this is a behavior that I gotta keep in mind. I should get a pre-market volume. Okay, so let's go back to xela. Based on the daily, I mentioned that I think, in my opinion, if it goes below, how I'm going to trade it is I want to see it below 380s. 380s and ideally even 350s. And then I go that into the 15 minute. I am checking the 350, so if it goes below that, for sure goes into 318, bounces to 350, 360, that's a good short. Up here, the other thing that, as sad as it may be, is if it pushes into 560 or $6 pre-market, then the opening would be a short as well. So those are the two areas. The other thing I'm noting here is the capitulation. What time did it happen? And what kind of volume did it take? So this volume here, 10 million, 12 million, so 3 million, 4 million. So the time frame is at 11. Usually it's about 12:30 to 2:30, but these are things that I keep note of, that what the time has been recently. And I'm looking at the volume gauge, so it's a 12 million candle. In the past, I see down here, you can see down here, I would say it's like 6 million, 4 million. So 4x relative volume, capitulation at around 11, and it pushes and washes. So that's where the top is. Also, how it behaves, if it opens weak, like if it does this, or does this, I'm going to keep an eye on this. A lower high, and basically not fight it. And I guess sadly long it, even though I don't. Anyway, stay open-minded to that. So that's that. And I'm going through this fast, by the way, because I've already done this. I've made notes on the side for myself, and I thought I might as well make a video out of it. I think it's a good idea. So this is the another example. So this is behavior. Look at this. So BAOS, low cash burn and non-dilutive company, but it closes weak, it traps, it gets the shorts a bit comfortable. This is a play that they used to do back in the day, and then they gap it up massive. They gapped it up massive, and then they faded. So, and it just fades. So I gotta keep an eye on this. So this is just them squeezing the shorts. That's scary. So it fades and closes relatively weak, pushes, fades. Oh, yeah, this, a lot of people got hurt on it. Okay, so how would I play this tomorrow? I don't know if there's enough meat on it, but what I would go is if it pushes into 415, 420, take shorts around this, the stop, eh, 420, 470, wait for a higher low or something like that, and then probably 420 to 470. This would be my area to short, and I'm gonna see how it reacts. So if it makes a higher low around this area, then I'm gonna be looking for a short. So obviously we have this, which is a massive volume profile, and it's a tough one, I guess here. So if it bounces, those are the areas to short, and the risk, oh, jeez. So the risk would probably be like 482, and if I'm wrong there, I'm just gonna wait for 510, 520s and take another short attempt. So that's BOAS, STRD. Okay, what time did it fade? This one faded at 9:30. Let me double check. Yeah. CRTD, CRTD. Going back to the daily. Same concept here. Squeezes in. So they make it look weak, get the shorts comfortable, screw over the longs so it goes above, and it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna go. That's interesting. Okay, so this is one of my long plays. It gets there, squeezes the high of the day at 2 p.m. So this is important not to fade. So this one it did at 10 on the third halt, I think. Yeah. So 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So this is a name. One thing I've noticed here is it should be an avoid for me based on my style. Because even if I make money on this, it's pretty tough. It's unless it's very clear, it's I should just leave it alone because it trapped the long, it squeezed the shorts, and then the longs are buying, probably buying the breakout here, and then it washed, and then it. So this is a very very tricky name. There is probably a lot of shorts involved, and that's where they blew up from 5 to 1050, and then it faded. So I am making notes that 9:30, 3:30, it faded. Pre-market volume. I have a script, but I'll check that out later. So let's see. Pre-market volume looks to be about 1.246 million. Well, something like that. I'll add the script on this later on, but let me see what the float is. Wow. Okay, so uh, half of the float was traded pre-market. The OS is 11.7, float 7 million. So, okay. How are we going to trade this? Honestly, it's the only way I would trade it is if it pushes here. Else I'm not even going to touch it because it's a tricky name. It probably does a liquidity event over 6 to 7. That's what it would probably do. So given how tricky this name is, it will probably push towards 7 or above 7. So if it gets there, I'll take a short. I'll wait for a higher low tape confirmation, and my risk would be 726. And if it doesn't get there, I will happily avoid this name. Okay. This is a repetitive behavior that happens again and again and again. So worx is a piece of poop company. It's a scam, blah blah. So they trap the shorts by giving it some fade, and they think, oh, it's a crappy company, it should fade, continue, and the next thing you know, it squeezes really hard and it fades. So I'm making a note, 940, it fades off, and it goes. So 940, how did it go? Did it get capitulation? Yeah. So it opened weak, 3 minutes and push 940. Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to be looking for a short. This is very clean. Probably 380s to 4. Risk is 416, 418. That's what the risk would be. Yeah. 380 to 410, 415. Short area. Probably risk 421, 416, something. And so I would have shorted quite a few of these names that they had dilution and something like this, and I would have been trapped. But I'm not swing shorting lately, but I will now. Now I think. So what have I noticed? Let me do the last one. Oh shit, it's a long video. Uh, yeah, same thing here. Shorts are holding. It's gonna go low and then squeeze into it. The high of the day, if I haven't done this, I probably did 942. So 940 area is where it tends to top out. Okay, so one behavior, I have been avoiding swing shorting because the market's been long. Buys have been in control. But now what we're seeing is consistently that it fades, push pre-market, and then it fades. So somebody's trying to create a squeeze and see how much shorts are involved, but there's not much, and then it keeps fading. So, and we saw that in many names. So we saw it in here, we saw it on CRTD. So it closes weak, blows the shorts pre-market, and then washes. I think shorts are going to be in control. So the next few days I'm going to be a bit more aggressive or a bit more attentive towards the short side. And keep in mind if something like this happens and they push it pre-market, don't be nervous, don't be anxious, just find the right spots and just hold for a big day fade. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. And if you guys want to support the channel, link in the description below. And hopefully we'll get some editors and edits and regular posting going on. So let me know if there's something you guys want to see. Comment below. Take care for now. Bye.